Well, this is me. I look tired and sleepy. I am gonna do my makeup for the day. There might be some noises in the background from a snoring husband just about 12 feet away. Anyway, I'm gonna start with a bit of the Inky List moisturizer. This is the Bioactive Ceramide Repairing Moisturizer. I'm not going to use SPF for this video, not because I don't think you should, but it's because I don't have one open and it's not within my reach. So I'm just going to say, wear your SPF, but mine's not going on me in this video. And again, that's why, not because I don't like it. This moisturizer is so nice. I love sort of the finish of this. It's got like a dewy, balmy, comforting, you know, quality to it. And I recommend it a lot. And it's probably dirt cheap. Okay. Oh, it feels nice to rub my face. I really need a facial. I've not had one for a very long time. I like Sophie Pavitt in New York City for a facial, and I really want to try Lorenzo, who is also in New York. I think he's Italian. He does one of my clients' face, and then her skin's perfect. Anyway, I've already got a little bit of makeup on. Let me see if I can zoom in. No, I can't. I've already got a tiny little bit of makeup on. I'm just going to mess with my exposure just a tiny bit because I feel a bit overexposed. On my lips right now, I have on a little touch of Wild Rose from NARS, which is the Afterglow Sensual lip balm color, and a little bit of the Nabla Lip Shaper in number 1. So I'm going to start just by doing all of the things that I typically have been doing lately on Instagram or TikTok. And just do it here for YouTube. This is Uncut with KJH. I did not specify. I'm a makeup artist, celebrity makeup artist, and product consultant / creator. And this is my video series where I basically don't edit my videos because I want to show you all of the things that happen throughout the process of makeup, as well as a realistic timeline of how long it takes. This is Simi Hayes cream bronzer. And so I don't edit these for 2 reasons. I don't necessarily have time to sort of sit and edit my own YouTube videos. Maybe one day I'll find a person that sort of edits for me. But I really liked the concept of just sort of putting it online and throwing it up there so that people get to see sort of the good, the bad, and everything in between, and the mistakes that happen in the process, and sort of the little ramble-y moments. So I love this cream bronzer because it's not too red. It is a warm toned bronzer, this shade specifically, which is the shade Oak. It is a warmer toned bronzer, but it's a really good sort of multitasker in the respect of I can use it to sort of shape and lift and shade the face just as much as I could just use it as a bronzer. So it's sort of forgiving enough to be able to put into those little contoury areas, as well as it is for you know, bronzing. So I'm putting it in the inner corner of my eyebrow, underneath on my lid, on both sides. I just like doing this on me. I like doing it on most of my clients too, for a little bit of a sort of, you know, more drama without really knowing where it is. It's like sometimes if you can put product in sneaky little places to add intensity, it's kind of a really nice way to look un-makeup-y. We went out last night to Italy in Soho. Italy, the sort of supermarket / restaurant, Italian company, I think it is, have a new location in Soho, and we went for dinner, and it was delicious. And what was really nice about it is it wasn't like a scene. It wasn't like a scene vibe. It was just like nice and chill and elegant and chic, casual, but delicious, elevated food. So if you've never been, I would suggest going. It's really nice, and then you can obviously get your little groceries on the way out. Kind of like really filling that spot for Dean and DeLuca, which used to be a bit of a New York institution on Broadway. It was a beautiful grocery store on Broadway, as seen on Sex and the City. So, okay, that's my bronzing step done. I like to sort of do my bronzing step first before complexion and before concealer, as it just sort of gives me that like first layer of coverage and sort of complexion that I like. Not because it's not complexion, but it's like making me feel more perfected by way of this has color in it and it has pigment in it, so it is going to give you coverage, but not coverage like we expect coverage from a concealer. Does that make sense? So over the past few months, this is a little chit chat video. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin in 201 Light Claire. Over the past couple of months, a lot has happened. Earlier in the year, we bought a home in New Jersey. We've been looking to buy a house in New York for a long time, or apartment. And by apartment, I mean probably studio apartment because it's very expensive. But we realized that if we went just a little outside of the city, we could get a whole house. And so we bought a house in New Jersey. It's really fun. It's mid-century modern. It's got a lot of charm, a lot of quirks. Some kind of ideas we have for the house is obviously to use it with friends and family at the weekends, to possibly rent it out, possibly on like a, you know, rental site. There's a lot of land on the home, so it's kind of could also be a really great sort of location house for photo and video and for film and TV and productions and things. But it's just under an hour from our Brooklyn apartment, and so what I learned through talking to location scouts is like if it happens to be over an hour for the crew to get to the location, then they might not actually work with that property because they have to pay overtime as soon as they hit that hour of travel mark. Anyway, that's more of a finite nuanced detail. We're also not even sure if we're going to do that, but that is one goal with this mid-century modern house, is to sort of rent it out for productions here and there, like smaller stuff, because there's enough land to be able to, you know, do that and not disturb other people in the neighborhood and whatnot. And then in September, I launched a beauty brand, and the beauty brand is called KJH brand. I'm actually going to use it right now. You've probably seen it already if you've been here for a while, but it's a highlighting kit that allows for you to really customize your glow dependent on how you use it. So in the kit, you get one of these, which is the highlight pigment. You get one of these, which is a highlight serum, and then you get a brush, and it's a 3-piece item. So each of these 3 items, the brush, the serum, and the cream in the jar, can be used separately of one another, but they can also be used together, ideally. And basically, it's a dream, as you can see. It just makes your skin look gorgeous and radiant and glowy, and like sort of, I put it over a pimple there, so that was kind of a user error. I wouldn't have necessarily gone there if I'd have noticed first, but yeah, this is sort of what it does to the skin. It just makes you look dewy and radiant and juicy and hydrated. And so we launched this in September. Next drop is going to come, the next product is going to come just in summer. And so we're sort of launching slowly, but we are also having a bit of a forecast of what is coming throughout the year. And I'm really excited to share more of that as I have the data and the information to share. And yeah, so just stippling this on to create gorgeous dewy look. I'm gonna just pop my concealer back on right there. I'm gonna just let that actually sit for a moment so that it sort of dries in. It gives me a tiny bit more coverage. Oh my god, so something that I discovered while I was in London is these Naturium lip balms. This is a shade called Jam. Obsessed. They're quite hard, which I like. My apartment's also freezing right now, and it sort of settles to the environment that you're in. So if it's cold in the room that you're in, lip balm will become a little bit more solid inside, which is kind of good, because then it's like, I don't know, I like that. Being able to firm it up. If it's too runny, you can just bang it in the fridge for a couple of minutes if you want to. But like, just how perfect and gorgeous is this? Where's my concealer brush? I am tired. So now I'm just stippling that in without too much pressure. It's important to be aware of your pressure with your makeup brushes when you're applying makeup, because you can sometimes take product off as you apply the product. So just sort of, you know, stipple, 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 swipe, 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 very little pressure. Your brushes, in my opinion, shouldn't be bending loads when you're applying your product, because if you do, you're actually probably taking it off as you put it on. Each to their own. If you've got your way and your way works, don't change it, but it's just a method of education. Let me just make sure that I feel like my white balance. So I shoot all of my YouTube videos on my phone in an app called Pro Movie Recorder, and it's shooting right now on the front camera at 4K, 30 frames per second, and it's brilliant because it means that I can see myself, I can see what I'm doing, I don't have to have a multi-camera setup situation, and it's just easy and straightforward. Alright, I'm gonna do a bit of blush. This was one of my favorite blush launches of 2023, the CL tint, and I'm just gonna take some on the brush, KJH Spectrum 2, number 2 brush, and then I'm just gonna transfer that to the cheek and just sort of give like a really blushy, gorgeous look. Every time I use these, I love them, and I'm always like, oh, I want to use this daily. They're dewy, they're a little dewy, they've got SPF in them. Her powder is unbelievable. I love the face powder from CL. And yeah, if you haven't tried something from CL yet, maybe start with something like a blush or a powder, because it's just so beautiful and gorgeous. Yesterday, because today is the day after yesterday, I had a call about possibly going to Italy for an event called Cosmoprof. So we might do that. I'm not sure yet. It's still very early stages in the conversation, but Cosmoprof is a huge beauty event for industry. It's a B2B, business to business event, but it's a way for the beauty businesses and the beauty brands to go and meet with the vendors in Europe and beyond, probably, and see what their innovation is, and see sort of, you know, packaging vendors and so on and so forth. And it's a really cool event that I've always wanted to go to, and we actually had a really productive call with them yesterday, so I might go. I might actually cover a lot of it on social media, so that you can all understand a little bit more about how that works and the behind the scenes of the beauty, which I actually, this is the CL powder, by the way, I actually really want to do that as far as like, as my brand goes, as KJH brand. I really want to sort of lift the lid on product development and like how it works and all of that stuff, because I think it's so interesting, and people don't know that, you know, sometimes they don't know the nuances of how this industry works and how it is. And I think it's a cool thing to share, because I think information is power, and I think it's fascinating. I didn't know, like, I remember years ago, there was this person that I would almost consider a mentor to me. She worked in product development, and she actually worked on the reformulation years ago of that Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. And I remember talking to her about, you know, labs, and she gave me a whole list of labs at the time. This was 15 years ago, and those labs are still sort of their sort of, you know, market leaders in their categories now. Like, you go to this lab in Germany, for example, called Schwann for pencils, or Faber-Castell, which is another one in Europe. You go to Italy for your gorgeous powders. A lab called Intercos has the most gorgeous powders. And so you go to like different countries for different innovation and different tech. And so I think that part of the business is really interesting, and understanding where brands go for things. Or I remember back when, like, I'm not going to say which brand because it's not my business to share the brand, but I remember a brand was launching a mascara and they wanted something really innovative and unique, and they went to Korea to sort of source, you know, different technology or different formulas and whatnot. And so I love these little Nespresso cups. They're like a little porcelain mug. And so, yeah, you go to different places depending on what you're doing. I'm going to do just a touch of, wow, I was indulgent last night and I can feel it in my face. And so I'm probably going to have a good few days of just like simplifying my diet. I do think it's important to enjoy your life and live and eat what you want. But I think it's also important to be healthy, and whatever that means for everybody else. Everybody's gauge of things is so different, and it's all relative and what works for them and so on and so forth. But like, I know my face and my body, and then I know sort of where I need to sort of, you know, be a little different in my approach to feel like my best self. Tower 28 Drift Mascara. And that's kind of it. This is just like my everyday makeup look that I would do if I just wanted to feel fresh, go about my day. One thing that I will do is just add a little bit more blush. This is the Truth Shade Skin Glazing Powder. Is it made in Italy? Yes, it is. I tell you, Italian powders are the... If I ever made a powder blush or a powder something, I would go to Italy first. Oh, they're just so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm going to use this brush, which I already used. I'll just sort of be very delicate because I've got a lot of stuff on my face in the respect of shine. My highlighter is there, but it's actually not picking up. I did powder, so that's fine. Anyway, that is the end. pop any questions below if you have any, and if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please do. Thanks so much for watching. See you after.